in the skills development sector following South Africa's best matric pass rate in history. Over 100,000 matriculants cannot be placed in local universities. But all is not lost. There are alternatives. One such example is the Ekurhuleni Artisans Skills and Training College, which offers educational and entrepreneurial opportunities within the BRICS bloc. Business Development HOD Nandipha Dzingwe joins us for more insight. Thank you so much for your time, Nandipha. Now, the spotlight over BRICS is growing, and today we're really shining a light on the educational and entrepreneurial opportunities within the bloc. Talk to me about the role of Ekurhuleni Artisans and Skills Training College in this landscape.
Good afternoon, and thank you so much for this opportunity. And it excites me all the time to talk about our institution and the uniqueness and what it brings into as a solution into what is happening in the country currently. Our institution is part of the BRICS community. So what we do, we train skills that we call them skills for the future, because the skills that we train, they are part of changing the economy. They are part of making young people to be entrepreneurs. So we basically train, I would just mention a few of the top trades that we do, which is your baler making, your welding, your plumbing, your fiber optics, things that we know that once our young people could be trained on them, there's guaranteed employment. And when I mean guaranteed employment, I mean they don't have to wait for someone to employ them, but there's guaranteed employment in the space of entrepreneurship as well.
It's quite interesting that you say that these are skills for the future, because a lot of the time when we are talking about skills for the future, we are a lot of the time talking about skills in the technology space. We're talking about artificial intelligence, but it's quite interesting that you talk about boilermakers and welding. So, I mean, is this kind of skill set one that I guess is immune to the changes that we are seeing, where now everybody needs to be equipped with AI, where you are always guaranteed to have a job or some kind of entrepreneurial opportunity?
You will be amazed with the collaboration that you can do with AI and with the skills that we do, because when you are a boilermaker, you are not forced to do manual labor, but now we collaborate everything with AI. So everything is done based on the artificial intelligence. Amongst what we do with the BRICS is the exchange of trades. Would have learners coming from the other countries from BRICS to this side, and we send our own learners to the other side. So we have learned that you can do welding, not using the technology, not having to do the manual labor.
All right. Well, I mean, just talk to me, because you talk about, the skills exchange. Talk to me about, the pipeline and the runway that exists within BRICS, and it's particularly with the fact that BRICS now is ever expanding.
The appetite is massive. Currently, we are in the process of also building the curriculums that are in the same rate or in the same level as those countries that are within the BRICS, because as we exchange all of this, we want everything to be in line with our own SACA in South Africa, and also with the Department of Education from all the related countries.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously now, because we look at
the opportunities, yes, the opportunities are wide. Sorry to interrupt you. The opportunities are wide, especially for the exchange programs that we are currently busy with. So if the opportunities are galore, I would say so.
All right. And I mean, obviously, we are in a country where we have a dire situation in terms of our unemployment rate. So really, it seems like the solution here is for more people to get onto entrepreneurship. Is there a significant pipeline in terms of entrepreneurship opportunities that one can pursue once they have gotten these artisanal skills in South Africa?
I will just make an example for you, Zibi, just a practical example, because also we're trying to equip or to emphasize the upliftment of township economy. So can you think of townships like, I would mention the few, Alex or Soweto or even areas like Tembisa, they would have to go, for example, in Tembisa, they will have to go to Edinvale and so forth for assistance in motor mechanics and all of that. But if we could have more backyard mechanics in our own communities, it will save for us as the community, but also it will empower young people to have something to do. And also, I always say, as an artisan, you will never sleep hungry, because it starts with your neighbor. The minute you are able to learn welding, you will start to weld and be able to do a burglar door for your neighbor. You start to make money. Then you would never sleep hungry, because it doesn't matter whether you fix a door or you fix a window, you will earn something. So also it will reduce unemployment, and also the crime rate could go down.
And I mean, many students have just finished high school and they are looking for spots in traditional universities and higher education institutions to further their studies. So and obviously, the spots that are available, there aren't really enough to accommodate all the applications. So of course now that overflow should also be coming to institutions such as yours. So who should be knocking on the door of EASTC?
Okay. On the amazing part for EASTC, we accommodate everyone. You'll be shocked when I say that we accommodate everyone. Number one, we have learners that have passed matric. They don't know where to go. We have native courses where they're able to do N3, N4, N5, N6 in all different areas. I'm talking about on the engineering related courses and also on the business related courses. And also those opportunities, they enable them to have an opportunity to be part of apprentices that we normally have, because we work with different cities, we work with different stakeholders from the department. So we normally get awards to do apprentices, to get learnerships, but all of those things, the entry level, it's normally N3 or N4. And I know with the state of our economy, as a parent myself, if I could get an opportunity to register my child for N3 and then get an entrance to an apprentice where is going to get a stipend for every month, that would be a minus for me. And then we have learners that we have neglected them because they couldn't do well at school in terms of reading, but they're very good in their hands. So we have a college where we accommodate them to do semi-skilled certificates. That is, even if you don't have matric, as long as you're over 16 years, you can register with us and do a course in amongst of the artisanal skills. And then after you have done that, we source employment for them to be able to work as semi-skilled artisans until they complete 4 years of experience, then they get a trade. So for learners that have passed matric, EASTC, we still have space for native courses, we still have space for learnerships, we still have space for apprentices, but also we have to look at the requirements for apprentices and learnerships. But for the native courses, the space is available and it could open so many doors.
I'm really looking forward to seeing those opportunities within BRICS that are created by these types of skills. That was Nandipha Dzingwe, HOD of Business Development at Ekurhuleni Artisans and Skills Training College.